Welcome to episode 3. I am Lee.
And I'm Eric.
And together,
we're Bourbon Departed. And today we're reviewing Sagamore Spirit Rye 83.
So you never really heard about this until I kind of brought this to your attention from me seeing it on social media, kind of flamed up on there. And
then went down to Total Wine and they had just a bunch on the shelf. There's several different kinds, so...
Yeah, it seems like the people are really raving about the different finishes, and this is not a finished one. This is going to be your basic, they call it like the 83, their rye.
Yeah, I just picked up the base model, Sagamore.
And they got a cool bottle.
For us to try out.
They got a cool bottle, a lot of detail. Even the cork's got detail to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Unique shape.
Yeah, it definitely stood out on the shelf. When you described it to me, I instantly gravitated towards it, so...
Yeah, and the other ones they do, they change like the colors. They'll have, this is a different color. This could be a different color. So you'll know what you're looking for.
Yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy this one. I know you've been getting into rye lately. I think this, based on what I've been looking at online, it's probably something you're gonna like because it's like sweeter. So it's a sweeter rye. Yeah,
and you got me. You encouraged me to do more ryes with my old fashions, and I've been really having good luck with that, and it's opened my palate up in that aspect. I don't think I've really sampled a straight rye at this level yet. So everybody's going to be seeing basically my initial reaction.
Yeah, I'm excited to try it too. I like heavier ryes, but this one seems to be, it's probably going to be a little sweeter. So I'm excited to try it, but it's an MGP product, so it's bottled in. I mean, it says it right on the back of the bottle. It's distilled in both Indiana and Maryland, which is where Sagamore Spirit is. They're based out of Glendon, Maryland. So basically, it's two mash bills of MGPs. One's a higher corn, and the other one's a higher malted barley. Sagamore gets both of them from MGP, and then they basically take it to Maryland, and they bottle it with there's an aquifer right on site, actually. It's a limestone aquifer, and it's right at the distillery, and they cut the bourbon with that, and that's what gives it its flavor. So
yeah, and you gave me the data on this. I see this, you pushed it over to my iPad. It's got the first one of the mash bills is 95% rye and 5% malted barley. And then the second one is 52% rye. And here comes the corn at 43% and 5% malted barley. And they are basically age stating, I mean, for the most part, right, in this narrative that you're looking at a 4 to 6 year
age statement.
Yeah, so that's cool. You're not going to see a lot of 4s pluses, right?
Yeah, they're not like super clear, but basically between the two mash bills, one's probably like a lower year, and the other one's probably higher. Just together, they between 4 and 6, which is not bad for the price. It was pretty cheap. So,
and it is non-chill filtered, so you're gonna have the as they say when we spin this around, we should see some legs on this, because there should be some from some fats, right? That's basically what's being left behind. So we haven't done that yet. We are letting, you just saw the pour, so it's being aired out a little bit, but it is non-chill filtered, which is cool. And it is at 83%, which is a good middle ground. I think that anybody should enjoy this, sipping this neat. And it should be strong enough, right, to make an old fashioned. I mean, it should be strong.
For sure. And your old fashions are traditionally more like heavier rye anyway. But just anyone getting into rye, this is probably a good. And I haven't tried it yet. This is our first try, both of us.
We just open it.
I imagine just by looking at it, it'll be easier to align with people who have never had rye before, or not a huge fan of rye, just because it looks like it's going to be a lot smoother and sweeter than your high rye. So,
I'm excited. I really do hope we like it because, or it aligns with both of us equally because I like the price point on this. I like the accessibility to it. You didn't struggle finding it.
No, the whole shelf had, I believe, four or five different.
And the other ones were all those finished exotic,
like
exotic
sherry
ones.
cask. I think there's a tequila one. There was a rum. Yeah. So there's plenty of options out there. So if we like this one, maybe there might be more reviews in the future of their other finished ones.
Mm-hmm.
So
you want to nose this then?
Yeah, let's get into it. Yeah, you're right. There are quite a bit of legs on this.
I think the way I wash this glass, I might not have the great amount of legs that you have on yours. The copper appearance is clearly there.
Yeah,
as they
for
say,
sure.
You know.
It smells good. It's not too strong on the nose.
Did you get like a flowery fruit, almost something unique right off the bat?
Yeah, like earthy type smells, floral. It does smell like
you get the floral?
Yeah.
Almost. It was like a bouquet. No, we have not sampled that.
No, we've had nothing yet that's opened up this much and smelled floral and earthy. We haven't really had much ryes yet.
No.
Either.
High corn bills of all the ones we've been doing.
You want to try it?
Well, I like how you can really get into this and it doesn't smoke your nose. You could.
Yeah, like it's not overpowering.
No.
Let's get into the taste.
Okay. It's drier than I thought it would be.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
It is drier.
Yeah, it's dry. You can definitely like the lingering floral taste.
That's
like
unique.
It's probably companies that smell. It's
Where
probably why
is
it's
that
tasting
coming
like
from?
that. Maybe a little bit of orange peel. Are you getting anything else?
This is new territory for me, so
It's definitely like very earthy to me. Like I don't know, it tastes mossy or something like that, you know. Not that I've tried moss before, but
you haven't tried moss?
no.
We are from Florida, so
The finish is very like I've never had a rye that's had such a short finish.
you've had way more rye, so help
Yeah.
me out here. Where is this? What are we at?
Normally with a rye, your finish it sits there for a little bit, but this it doesn't sit there very long. It's like, and it's not super spicy, super rye-ish. It's definitely sweeter. You still have that like kick on the back of your throat.
Yeah.
But it finishes and goes away pretty quick.
So let me read this data, right? So you got this on here for me. Wanted to do this prior to reading anything. No preconceptions, right? So, but the nose is potentially going to be caramel, which, you know, pretty common,
Right.
and, you know, these. So, but dill on the nose, cinnamon on the nose, oak. Well, you called the orange peel, the vanilla, and chalk. Chalk. Okay, I mean, there is a dull. That's not a negative in a sense, but there is a chalk. There's a dull aspect to the end, like it's going in and then it dulls itself. On the palate, the caramel, the oak, there's cinnamon and clove, dill, orange peel, and some vanilla candy. So what is this floral
I don't
thing
know.
that we are picking up on?
I don't really know. I don't really taste the candy and stuff like that, but I do. It's very it's probably the most earthy-ish floral tasting bourbon I've ever had. You know, I've never had a spirit that's tasted like this, really. So it's kind of new territory for me. It's not a traditional like rye that I've tasted, you know.
I like it because it's totally different than. I think this could pair with some unique things.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Some unique cigars.
Right.
I don't know, cocktail wise, because it isn't sweet. It does. The cinnamon's there. You get the cinnamon's there. It's not the sweet cinnamon. It's like it's like a raw cinnamon. People think cinnamon,
might be
candy.
Dude, it might be the limestone stuff that like we're tasting. You know, that's,
you mean the mineral aspect?
Yeah,
we're not used to this mineral aspect.
Yeah, exactly. Apparently, like it says it right here on the bottle too. That's pretty cool. Like 1909. That's when the aquifer. Basically, they discovered the aquifer.
Is it?
In Maryland? Yeah.
It's even on the cork. That's so cool. A lot of detail. Yeah. And the what do we consider that? Diamond?
Diamond. Yeah.
The triple diamond is everywhere. If you pull up their website, you're going to see they have that triple diamond is marking.
Yeah.
Pretty much
overall, this is. I mean, it's pretty good, man. I like it.
Now the finish, we had a couple opportunities for finish. So they're saying it is short. Well, you called that, and it's spice, oak, dill, clove, menthol, and some orange peel.
I can see the menthol, like
because it does stay in your.
Yeah.
I felt like it stayed in my lower lip.
Yeah.
Almost like hung on.
Yeah.
Did it do that to you a little bit?
Yeah. It definitely has that classic rye, like on the back of your throat type deal. It sits there for a little bit, but yeah, like I've never had a rye that's finished that quickly and kind of went away. Usually gives you a spice and like it lingers there for a little bit. So I definitely think that this would be popular with people that are trying to get into rye or even didn't think they were a huge fan of rye.
It might be just right on the edge of having enough mild, and I'm afraid to use the word, but a little sweetness. It's just enough. I think it takes you to the edge, but it's not sweet. So if you are a guy that says, I don't want anything to do with anything sweet, you're going to go right to the edge with this.
Right. And it's probably the higher corn mash bill that's in it, which is good. Like
the 43 on the
if you're not a huge fan of spice and kicking your butt type stuff, then this is probably something that you might want to have at your house, just to taste and try and go down that path of maybe liking ryes and stuff. It is an acquired taste. Like I didn't start off with liking ryes, but
what is this? The note you took for Maryland-Style Rye? You wrote you captured a somewhat archaic designation.
Yeah,
that apparently was once applied to ryes to the state that possessed a somewhat richer or sweeter character.
Yeah, it wasn't like there was a couple different reviews, and it wasn't. It's none of the reviews I read were super clear on what Maryland-Style Rye is.
Yeah,
it just the general consensus everywhere I read was that it's like sweeter. It's a sweeter rye.
Do you agree then with your rye experience?
Yeah,
it is
for sure. I definitely agree that it's sweeter, and I've never had a Maryland-Style Rye. I don't really still even know what that means because I couldn't find a general consensus. It was kind of just differing everywhere you went. But if it is a sweeter rye, then I think it definitely would fit a Maryland-Style Rye, I guess.
Where did you read this earthier and grassier?
A couple of different places had that.
So that's where that grassy, mossy thing you're probably connecting with?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It is. I'm getting the earthy concept that you're trying to say.
Yeah, like earthy, peaty.
Yeah.
Like you drink a lot of Irish whiskeys and stuff like that. That's what I imagine that flavor coming from. Like if I had to describe it, you'd probably understand more than I would because Irish whiskeys are traditionally more peaty.
Yeah, and Scotch very earthy.
Scotch. But yeah, man, it's good.
Very cool. Good choice. All right, I'm gonna spin this around a little bit again.
I had more legs on it after the fact. Like I think it just had to work its way there.
Yeah. Yeah, mine's dropping equally down the sides. It's my fault on that glass, but so we've had a first sample.
Mm-hmm.
Went through it prior, no preconceptions of what we were supposed to expect. Then we read. So fresh pour, aired it out a little bit, and let's try and nose this thing. Let's start from scratch, okay? So
yeah, let's get into it.
Caramel, dill, cinnamon, oak, orange peel, vanilla, and chalk.
The caramel's there, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a given.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much the dill. I can't really smell the dill.
You might get it if you split nostrils. Sometimes, like one side will get there's a little dill.
I don't know. I still don't smell it.
No dill? Did you split?
Mm-hmm. What else did it say there was?
Cinnamon, oak, orange peel, vanilla, and chalk.
I smell the cinnamon and the vanilla.
And the orange is probably snuck in there, right?
Yeah.
You're not getting away with that.
And the chalk, I feel like, is just like
The finisher of
yeah.
It's pushing it away. It's almost evaporizing. Golly, that first, there's something right off the tip, right off the bat.
Yeah, it definitely gives you the mouth water and the tingle in the back of your throat, and it really brings the flavor out. So
it must be the cinnamon. Cinnamon. I mean, what is clove? I mean, we really not have studied clove.
Yeah,
per se.
I don't really know. What does the taste?
Caramel, oak, cinnamon, clove, dill, orange peel, and some vanilla candy. We have the caramel. We have the cinnamon. Vanilla candy.
Yeah, vanilla. I don't really. Maybe not vanilla candy, but
The vanilla is, a raw vanilla, not a sweet vanilla. None of these things are as sweet.
Right.
People think candy on all this stuff, but I think there is some raw vanilla, cinnamon. The oak is pushed in there. You're not getting around that.
Right.
It's
a heavy char, supposedly.
4 to 6 years. I mean, in oak, you're gonna get some oak, right?
Yeah, it's supposedly a heavy char as well.
Is
like
it?
A heavy char on the barrel, so the oak will be a given.
Oh, high-char American oak.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, everything else is pretty subtle.
Now let this settle. So your finish: spice, oak, dill, clove, menthol, and some orange peel. And I think the menthol is that numbing.
Yeah.
You get the numbing aspect at the end.
It's very nasal too. Like it numbs your tongue, and then
Numbing, yeah.
You can just get that menthol fresh smell, basically. Yeah,
I do enjoy it.
What is probably the biggest flavor or smelling profile that jumps out at you? If you had to pick one.
Well, that finishing right now. A cinnamony oak caramel. Really, I guess I would like to line up the clove part and the dill, but we need to study that. We might need to get some spices. And
with me, man, it's more like the floral, the floral menthol. Like it's very earthy and florally to me.
Yeah, that first.
Like I've never experienced anything like
No.
that before, but that's what kicks the most for me. Like I can't. It masks all the other flavors.
What's weird is it's almost become normalized to me so quickly. We've only been doing this for a little while and recording for a little while, and already that floral becomes a normalization. It's not even a shocker anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like it's already been accepted, and I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never really experienced flowers turned into a taste before.
No.
But
I'm glad we both.
Yeah.
I'm glad we both picked up on that. I was thinking like, uh-oh.
Yeah, what does that even mean? Yeah, it's like grinding a bunch of flowers.
Now I believe this came from their site, right? The Palate. They're saying candied dried orange peel with notes of clove and nutmeg, lingering hints of walnut and brown sugar. That walnut combined with that menthol lingering because walnuts, when you eat walnuts, kind of feel like they numb you a little bit.
Yeah.
Whatever product's in there. And I do get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it aligns with, overall, it aligns with, I don't taste maybe all of the flavor profiles or the nose that it claims, but I mean, overall, it has a good nose and it has a good taste. But if I had to describe anything, it was probably the high floral taste and aroma,
which
earthy,
which you need to experience to appreciate, because there's notes that people claim of leather, and they, it's not bad. It's not a bad thing.
People don't chew on leather.
Yeah, we don't chew on flowers, but it's still a good sense of, it's an enjoyable sense that you're receiving from it. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, like I'm still getting that on the back hail, like just sitting here breathing and stuff after drinking 2 glasses of it. So I can still, the floral thing is still definitely there. But it's overall, it's not a high rye.
No.
And it's something that's very easily just drank neat. You don't have to pair this with anything. You can sit here and drink it and not kill yourself, even if you don't like rye. So.
Yep. No, that is so setting right now. Everything that we've talked about is still lingering in my palate right now.
Good.
Good choice, man. Appreciate it.
Sweet. We'll have to try the other ones.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm excited to try the sherry cask one.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe you're a tequila guy, so maybe the tequila one.
We're gonna have to. That's quite the investment for the sherry cask, but
yeah. Sweet.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, for sure.